Feel like a kid at Christmas, can't get into it quick enough. So here we go, the stickers in varying colours. Oh, that doesn't look good. Something's obviously been pounding away on that box. Can that show? Sort of dents in those stickers. Hopefully that hasn't transferred through onto the model. Stickers, as Matt pointed out, no number 9 or number 0. Is 0 a number? I guess it must be. Yeah, no 9, no 0. It's bizarre. Limiting your choices of numbers by, I don't know what the magnitude is, but considerably. Choose your own numbers as long as they're not 0s or 9s. Again, there we go, something's been pounding away on that box. You see that? Look at the state of the stickers. You see that? So I won't be using red, obviously. That's a bit disappointing. Correction, a lot disappointing. As Matt will tell you, red being the fastest colour and all that, and red's the one that's mangled. So, what was that pounding up and down on? Ah, that's what it was pounding up and down on by the look of it. The gripper for the hatch release. So that's the culprit that did all the damage, which is unfortunate. So there's the little bag of odds and ends. Get into that in a moment. There's the prop that strangely they recommend you don't use, which is a 5x5, I think it is, because it will exceed the speed of the aircraft. Whatever that means is anybody's guess. You know. Also, the thing I've noticed on other people's bids, gosh, she's a lot smaller than I'd imagined, actually. Their fancy video, if you look at the graphics, said a 60 amp ESC, which was then immediately changed in the spec details to a 50 amp ESC. You know, left hand not knowing what the right hand's doing at Hobbyking, as per usual. So anyway, the airframe looks intact, which is nice. So it was this that was obviously mutilating all my stickers. So we've got servos in, quite nice little ball-ended control horns. They're fairly stiff ailerons. Looks very sleek, very sleek. So there she is. 2000 kV motor, Aerostar, which really is quite a hunk of motor for a little wing like that, when you think of a lot of other wings, you know, like an S800 for instance, which probably weighs as much if not more by the time you've got all your cameras on there. you know, running mini quad motors. So that's a hulking great big motor for this wing, but we'll see. Seen videos and it does haul arse. Right, welcome back. So I've done the rudimentary connections. I've got my receiver in. First thing, there's a cable that runs from the nav light on the wingtip, and you get such a small amount. It's too short. It's so you can't put your receiver that way round so that you can get that wire into your receiver, which obviously then powers that light, because then these cables are too short. So the only way you can do it with this particular receiver, obviously, or a X8R for instance, or any other similar, you have to have an end ported receiver. You can't have one where they go in the top, because then the plugs will be too tall. So excuse me. So you can't get that cable in unless you then add a wire harness, which doesn't come in the kit. So frankly, fail number one, Hobbyking. Does anybody ever put these things together and go, oh, hold on, that bit of cable we've used is too short, let's add another 2 inches, 2 inches would have made life easier. Instead, you've then got to find room to cram that extra thing in what's already a tight little bay. So yeah, not impressed with that for starters. Second one, this bay, what are they expecting us to put in there? Because there's your typical modern day VTX, as you'll all agree, which is frankly lost in there. So I don't know, are they expecting us to run extra batteries in there? Who knows? So looks ugly. I think you'll agree. Non-symmetrical looking, looks ugly. Two, in order to use that hole, you have to have your VTX right out on the tip, like so. Adding more adverse yaw effect and drag. Or that could have just been half the size, that bay, and not taken all that extra strength out of the wing. You know, and then that could have been a rectangle matching that side, which I think aesthetically would have been a lot more pleasing. Right, these that I thought would be something rigid are just a bit of floppy arse vinyl, to be honest. And why they're not pre-glued for you, I don't understand. When the advert says all you do is put your stickers on and clip on your control horns. Oh yeah, we forgot to mention, and glue on your floppy arse bit of vinyl that we won't give you any glue to do. So there you go. So there are 2 little Mickey Mouse buttons in there. Don't know how well that's going to show out. One there, one there. They give you different colours, all your different flash sequences. So there's your little controller. The fins are left and right handed. As you see, they've got a taper on to follow the contour of the wing, and you do get 2 different sizes, one shallow one, one taller one. I've gone with the taller one to try and keep the poop scoop off the deck on landing. It gives it a little bit of clearance there. Also hopefully will help her track a little bit truer, because there's not a lot in the way of vertical fin on these. It's quite minimal. If you look, there's very little there. If they were a soft bendy material, or even the hinged type like your typical Fat Shark one, usually got one kicking around but can't find one. If that was a hinged variety where it could fold down if you hit something, not a bad idea. As it stands, rock hard, Stupid idea. As with that one, solid bit of aluminium, no giving that whatsoever. That's just going to smash a hole out the wing. So there you go, first impressions of the Sidewinder. I'll leave it to you to decide. Okay, right, so I've just quickly put it together. I'll show you what I've done. So glued on the back sections, glued on the covers, which are actually white plastic that have got like a matte black paint on, so they mark up really easily. Don't know why they didn't just use black plastic in the first place, but they're white that have been sprayed, so they're going to mark quite readily. In the bay, I've put a, let's bring that up so you can see what I've done. A little E-Sheen VTX in there. As I had room, I've just used a little low pass filter there. It's not very well focused, but a low pass filter on there, just because that's sharing power with the ESC and motor, so yeah, might be a dirty signal, dirty power supply. So that's that. Power. We have power. Wiki wiki, and there we have a picture. See if we can get an idea of weight. Reset. And that is 870 grams. 870 grams all up. She feels quite compact, quite dense. As you can see, the foam's quite soft, and it will leave your thumbprints in it. If you can see that there. So it might be an idea, which I probably will, just some 2-inch clear packing tape. You know, it's like a poor man's laminating really, but it does add a bit of strength and keeps a bit of the muck, dirt out of the foam. So, got the throws set up, everything's right. And she can't wait to get going. Happy days. See you on the flight line.